Good afternoon, Prime 1 fans. My name is Anthony from Prime1Studio, and today we're in our Shinjuku Gallery Shop. We had a video on YouTube we just posted showing a full tour of the shop, giving a little review on all of our statues here for our Phase 1 Fantasy Gallery. If you haven't seen that, you definitely want to go on YouTube and check that out. Today, I have two breathtaking statues to show you guys, part of our Phase 1 for our Fantasy Gallery. We're going to start with this bad boy right here. This is Aragorn, 1/4 scale from our premium Masterline Series. Now let's take a step back and just, look at this in awe. Just the whole statue itself is just, power is a word that comes to my mind when I look at it. We have these really cool turntables, so if you have a statue and you want a turntable, we actually sell them here at our Shinjuku shop, so you definitely want to come check that out. This piece is just definitely one of my favorites so far. Let's take a look at how tall it is. We're going to take it from the bottom of the base to the top of the sword here. And we got that at about 77 inches, centimeters. We got that at about 77 centimeters. So let's start at the head here. Aragorn's face, this portrait, very focused, charging, going to battle, going to war portrait. We're actually gonna have a few switch outs, so stay tuned for information on that. We really got Viggo Mortensen's likeness really good here, in my opinion. You can see like the scrubble in his face from his facial hair, down to the wrinkles in his head. The detail is amazing. Moving down, we got this cape. We wanted to make sure the cape was, it's a sculpt cape. We wanted to make sure it was flying up to show that he's moving forward, that he's pushing forward, that he's, on the charge. And just when you look at this area, just the whole feel of it is just a very weathered feel. His tunic it's tattered from war. It's got different stains on it, different wrinkles. He's got his iconic sword from the movie The Two Towers in his hand. And that's where we took this whole scene from. We took this whole base and this whole statue. We took it from the Battle of the War of the Ring, when he had to enlist in the help of the Oathbreaker. So I'm going to move down and actually talk about the base here. The base is probably my favorite thing about it. I'm pretty sure you guys will like it too. Especially the translucent resin that we have coming off of the army of the undead. We have the king here, the king of the army of the undead, right in front of Aragorn as they're charging. You might remember this scene when they were going across the water. This is what we try to take it from. This is what we try to recreate in the base here. Really check out this translucent resin, giving off the ghostly feel, We have it's really glossy as well. And the detail in the army of the undead, down to the teeth, down to the eye socket. It's so detailed, and you guys are going to love it when you see it. And the whole base, it's very compact. It's glossy in the right areas. The glossiness from the army of the undead contrasts the paleness of the stone that he stands on perfectly. And it just does great. It does wonders. This is just such a piece that it demands attention, and it's downright captivating. Centerpiece quality, centerpiece material, and for you Lord of the Rings fans, I don't know how you couldn't go without it. So we will be releasing this for pre-order sometime this year, along with our Fantasy Phase 1. And this is something you definitely want to get your hands on, because this is just a piece that is breathtaking. We're going to move over to our next piece now. And let's move on to our next piece. This is downright captivating, massive. You may recognize it already when you see it. This is our non-scale, premium Masterline Gandalf Vs Balrog Diorama. Can't call it a statue because it just has so much going on here. We're telling a story with the base here, and I want to start with the base actually. This takes place in Moria. This is in the movie The Fellowship of the Ring. And Moria, is the latent dwarven kingdom. And so we have, all those cool dwarven markings here. Just skeletons everywhere. We like to put a lot of history into this base, and you know, to tell the story of the movie and make you actually feel like you're in the movie with this base, because there's a lot going on and it's just crazy, right? So man, we're gonna take a look at all this detail. We have skeletons, you got old battle axes, all these ancient dwarven markings. And we're gonna move up to the Bridge of Khazad-dûm here. You might know this very iconic scene, probably the most iconic scene in all of fantasy film. This is when Gandalf, his very own, "You shall not pass." Those words were spoken here on this bridge against this beast, Balrog. This beast, Balrog. Let's talk about Balrog. We got the flames coming off of his wings, the flames coming off of his back, those ominous eyes staring right down at Gandalf. Gandalf in his combat pose, ready to fight off the Balrog. So we're going to take a look at the height. We're going to look at it from the bottom of the base to the top of the flame here. And if we look at the very top flame, let me get this kind of straight here. We're at 79 centimeters. Let's also take a look at the width, because this is a piece that, you know, commands some space. This is also at about 79 centimeters, so it's a fairly square piece. You can think about that when you're thinking about your display that you're going to build. And, you know, speaking of the fire, speaking of the flames, you know, this is a creature of the fire, a creature of the flame. We're actually going to have an LED light that will go in the neck here, and it's going to create that ominous glow coming off the flame and those ominous glow coming off the eyes, staring down into Gandalf. I mean, if you take a look at the beautiful wings here, the wings themselves are they got cracks filled with lava, filled with fire, just showing what kind of creature he is, just showing how big he is and how massive he is. And he's got his sword, he's got his staff. Ian McKellen, really good portrait, really good likeness we did here. Really showing Gandalf the Grey and showing his size comparison to the great Balrog. He's got his flaming sword. We're actually going to have some switch out for his weapons as well, so stay tuned for information on that. This will be the second piece that we are releasing for the end of our gallery phase 1 for fantasy. Stay tuned later on in the year, and it will be available for pre-order. You don't want to miss out on this. If you guys like this review and you have any comments, questions, concerns, make sure you first of all leave a like and just subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below if you like this, anything you want to say. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Also check out our website at Prime1Studio.com. I want you guys to enjoy, stay tuned. Once again, my name is Anthony from Prime1Studio. I hope you guys like this video and have a prime day.